everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a little bit different for me. I've been thinking about doing this for a while, sort of tracking my sinking funds or my envelopes just to see how they change month by month. So I'm a little bit late doing this for January, but I'm going to call this January sinking funds update, and I'm going to count up what is currently in my envelopes, and I'm going to try and track them month by month to see how my sort of overall wealth, if you like, probably not wealth, but you know what I mean, how it maybe grows or changes throughout the year. Now I recognise that some of these envelopes are variable, some of them are savings challenges to purchase a particular item, and so they're going to massively go up and down through the year, especially with my holiday fund, because that's all going to go by sort of June time. So yeah, I thought I would just do this to track my sinking funds, see how my journey in this budgeting sort of way of looking at my finances changes over the year. And hopefully by the end of this year, I've got significantly more in my envelopes than I have right now. And that is the whole sort of point of this, is to try and, you know, grow my finances to a point where I'm comfortable with the different categories that I have. Now, I'm currently just going off the categories that I've got. They may change throughout the year. I'm thinking of introducing a couple of envelopes soon. I'm thinking of introducing a home maintenance envelope for things like boiler services, you know, if you need to buy things for your home that isn't from a like furnishing sort of perspective. So I'm thinking of adding in home maintenance, and I'm thinking of adding an appliances envelope as well, because, you know, I'm in a fairly new house, but I've been here for 7 years. So things like the washing machine, you know, fridge, freezer, over time they're going to need replacing at some point, and I don't see those as emergencies. I see them as something that I should have saved for. So I'm going to hopefully introduce an appliances envelope as well. But these are the categories that I currently have. So what I'm going to do is just start counting them up, and then that'll be my base for January. And then I'll do this sort of at the end probably of every month going forwards. So we'll start off with my variable binder. Okay, so here is my variable binder. And we're going to start off with Hair and Beauty. Now I know these ones in here will definitely go up and down, but I want to try and get to a point where I've got money in here. What I tend to do is build it up, and then I like empty it when I get my hair done or I buy some makeup and stuff, and I kind of want to try and keep a certain amount in here. We'll see how I get on. I might not be able to, but basically to help me with this, I've got this sinking funds tracker and I've printed it off. I'm usually a digital type budgeter, but for this purpose, I quite like having it in paper format, so I'm just going to keep this each month. So I got this from Lavishly Simone on Etsy. It was just a digital download, and I've printed it off, and luckily it had the right number of categories for me. So in this video though, I'm not going to count my business funds. I'm going to leave them separate. I might change my mind at some point, but I see those as purely for my business. However, some of the money that's in there, it is my money, and if I had an emergency I could use it, but at the minute I'm just going to leave this with just my sort of personal binders. So right, we'll start with my Hair and Beauty. So I've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 75 and 80 pounds in Hair and Beauty. So of course this is the first time I'm doing it, so I'm just going to get rid of those two boxes, and I'm going to say that I have 80 pounds. Hello, darling. I've got Bruno here and he's scrabbing at us to get up. Sorry, darling, you're gonna have to wait. Right, so that's clothes. And then next up we have, sorry, that was Hair and Beauty. Next up we've got clothes. Hello. So clothes, we've got 20, 30, 40 and 50 pounds in clothes. I don't know if you can see his nose. Oh no, he's getting down now. Right. No, Bruno, get down. Right, sorry, okay. Oh, I can't remember what I said. This is a disaster already. You're all gonna click off 30, 40, 50. Right, 50 pounds in clothes. Bruno, you go and sit down, darling. Okay, next up we've got nights out. Nights out has got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No, 25. Books has 5, 10, 15, 20. currently in books. Garden, oh no, home, sorry, has 20, 30, 40 and 50 in home. So 50 in home. Garden has 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85 and 90. 90 in garden. I have contacted somebody about the bushes. I'm just waiting for him to come back to us. But he said he could do it soon, which is good. And then in gifts, I've got £10. So £10 in gifts, and that is it for this binder. And next up, we've got my birthday binder. I've only got money in this envelope here, which is Luna. And she currently has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And again, this will be spent in and out of. I recognise that. So 100 in birthdays. And then next up, we're going to go into my sinking funds. Now then, you'll notice a change here. So I was using in fact, I'll go and get it. So I was using this and I loved it at the time when I made it, but I'll be honest with you, it's doing me tits in a bit. I fell out of love with it. So I'm getting rid of that. And what I've done is I've made myself some trackers that are gonna go in the envelope. So I'll show you now what I've made. So here's my sinking funds. So here's the insurance tracker. So they're just really simple trackers, which I've obviously printed off and laminated, and then I've re-coloured in sort of where I'm at with each tracker. So this one is here for insurance, so they're still worth £10. So in insurance, I've got 100 in the bank, and then I've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95. So I've got 200 in insurance. And that's my new tracker there, and they're just going to sit in the envelope. And then same again with car tax. I've got a new tracker here, so it's just really simple. They're each worth £5, and currently car tax has 5, 10 and 15. So 15 in car tax. Car maintenance is this one, and they're worth £10, or sort of 1/2 of them is. I'm not sure about that colour. I might have to change that, but I've got 20, 25, 30, 35 in car maintenance. Are you all doing good? I hope so. We are into February, which is mint. Right, Kingston. I've gone for lawnmowers again, and I've got 5, 10 and 15 in Kingston. And then my holiday fund, this is my new tracker here. And there's a lot more filled in, but basically I've paid the balance of the holiday. So I've currently got 51, 52, 53. So 300 in holiday fund. Once that reaches 400, I'm going to pay it back into my emergency fund, which we'll get to in a minute. And then finally in this binder, I've got trip fund, and this is my tracker for trip fund. These are each worth £20. So I've got 100 in the bank, and then I've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 220. So 220 in trip fund. Okay, so that is it for my sinking funds. Right, and then next up we've got Christmas. So I'm just going to count the numbers on the tracker here. So we've got 15 plus 20, so 35, 40, 50, 55, 75, 95, 120. So I've got 120 currently in Christmas. So 120 in Christmas. And then we're moving now into my savings challenges. Now I did think, should I include these? But I'm going to. So Rainy Day currently has 500 in the bank, and then 20, 40, 60, 80, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 680. And then my energy fund has 200 in the bank, and then 20, 25, 30. So 230 in energy fund. Quarter one has 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40. So 140 in quarter one. Sparks of Joy has nothing. I'm hoping to start that soon. I'm not going to count the £5 challenge. I'm going to leave that separate. And then IRA, I'm just going to count the notes that I've got. I'm not going to count the coins. So in notes, I have 50, 70, 80, 90, 100 in budget with IRA. There we are. And then I'm not going to count the other coin challenges. I'm going to leave them separate. So that's it for those savings challenges there. So then finally, this is my long-term binder. Actually, I'm going to go and get my new placeholders just to quickly show you. So these are some new placeholders that I've just put on my shop. So we've got a 5,000 here, which has got like a gold metallic vinyl on it. And then we've got a 3,000, which is like a purple sort of sparkly one. And then we've got a 2,000, which is a rainbow sparkly one. So I'm actually going to change this out because I made one for myself a while ago, but it was just the sort of hollow. So I'm going to change that out and put a new 2,000 one in. These are available. Well, I listed them on my shop. I don't know if they're sold out or not, to be honest. But yeah, go and check them out if you like them. Now then, this is misleading. It's not got 2,000 in it at all. It's got 1,600 because I used 400 of it to help me pay the balance of the holiday. So this 300 that's in holiday fund is technically earmarked for the emergency fund, and once it reaches 4, I'm going to transfer it back, so then I'll have 2,000 in the emergency fund. That's what I'm going to do. So then finally in this binder, I've got 1 month ahead, which has £15 in it. There we are. So 15 in 1 month ahead. Hoping to concentrate more on my sort of longer term savings later in the year. So once I get my holiday out of the way, my plan is to try and like build my savings ultimately. That's what I want to do. I want to have more to my name than I currently have. So that's the plan ultimately. Right. So let's count this up and see how much I've got in sinking funds. Okay, so I've got 80. There we are. So total in my sinking funds currently, I've got £4,095. So £4,095. So like I say, this will go up and down. Sorry, I don't need to say that. So £4,095. This will go up and down, and I'll see how I get on with it. I think it is a good way to track though how much you've got. A lot of these are variable and they're targets to be spent. It's only really these at the bottom that are like longer term savings. So I'm just hoping that over time, the overall figure will increase, but it's the holiday fund that's going to screw us over. Because as I build that up, it's just going to be spent. But that's fine because money's to be spent, isn't it? But honestly, this budgeting, this system, this cash envelope stuff and this system that I've embarked on last year has honestly like changed my entire outlook on budgeting and spending, and I'm a lot less frivolous now. And you know, if you're sitting out there thinking of starting it, then just start it, because it does change your outlook. It really does. It certainly has for me. So yeah, so that's my January sinking funds update. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, whether I should keep doing them or not. and I hope you're all doing really well, and I'll see you in my next cash stuffing video. Bye.